So you can see, right? Clearly. So you can see that, in Bhagavad Gita, first chapter we saw Arjuna's 4 arguments for not fighting, right? 4 reasons in the first chapter. Then in the 5th chapter we saw one more reason he provided not to fight. So how many total reasons?
5.
5 reasons not to fight. And then Krishna began speaking. So as soon as Krishna begins to speak, first and foremost, he speaks about this is also needed then? Okay. So you can see that Arjuna doesn't want to fight in Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna wants Arjuna to fight or not fight? Fight. So what Krishna does is, he at different levels he wants to inspire Arjuna to fight. At various levels. So one level where he wants Arjuna to fight is where he is speaking straight away that, see, if you fight you will gain the kingdom, if you die still you will go to heaven. So he is speaking very much in terms of benefit, a material benefit or like that. Before that, at the level of jnana also he spoke, where he is speaking about Atma. How Atma can it be killed?
No.
It can never be killed. So Atma cannot be killed and body is always dead. So what is your problem in fighting? He is asking. So you see, purpose of Krishna is to make Arjuna fight. So if he is ready to fight on the level of Karmakand, Karmakand means what? Karmakand means one desires material benefit. Material benefit through fighting. So in this particular section of Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, where Krishna is speaking about material benefit in fighting, which section is that? He spoke in one section about material benefit in fighting. If you are defeated, you go to heaven. If you win, then you get the whole kingdom. Which section is that? Yeah.
Jnana?
Compassion argument is being defeated. But what section Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to act on the level of material enjoyment? We have studied this section already. Yesterday. What was the section? 31 to 37. See, it is mentioned also here. Karmakand. 2.31 to 37, Krishna is saying, you can enjoy if you actually fight. If you don't fight, then you will suffer. How will you suffer by not fighting?
People ridicule him.
People will ridicule him in this world. And what will happen the otherworldly destination?
He will go to hell.
He will go to hell because of neglecting the duty. So Krishna is speaking there completely on the level of what? Some benefit, karma kand benefit, that way. So that is one level of inspiring somebody to act, saying, see, this will be your benefit. That's what you should do. But now Krishna speaks or inspires Arjuna to act on a much higher platform than just mere enjoyment. Now Krishna wants Arjuna to fight because it is Bhakti Yoga, because Krishna wants it, and if he follows it. See, if I ask you, 2 inspirations to fight. One inspiration is, I will get kingdom, I will enjoy. This is one inspiration. And second inspiration is, Krishna wants it, so I should do it. Which inspiration you feel is higher?
Krishna wants.
Krishna wants. So what Krishna does is, he gives Arjuna various inspirations to fight and says that you choose on which platform you want to fight. See, this is a concept. You have to understand this concept. What is happening in Gita, you have to know. Purpose of Krishna is that Arjuna should fight. So, if Krishna explains that by fighting you will get kingdom, you will enjoy. So, if Arjuna is saying that, well, this is not a very glorious purpose to fight. It is a very selfish purpose to fight. So, Krishna thoda upar jate hai phir. He says, okay, you want glorious purpose to fight? Then you fight only mere as a duty. That yoga is called Nishkam Karma Yoga. Nishkam Karma Yoga means you fight only as a duty. You don't worry about, whether you get the fruits or not. So what is the inspiration in Nishkam Karma Yoga? How can one fight without desiring the fruits or anything like that? So that is because one aspires to get liberation. Like some people are there who want to work very hard, but they don't want to get any fruits. Like I'll give some example. Sometimes somebody may be there who wants to come and render some service in kitchen or in temple, cleaning. And then after that service is done, that fellow disappears. He does not want any name, glory. Somewhere they will say, Aaj ka prasadam made by Krishna Das Prabhu, Hari Bol. He doesn't wait only, he left. He is not attached to the fruits of the seva. But that person, if you say to him, yesterday you served in kitchen, can you serve in garden today? He says, no. Kitchen chahiye to le lo, nahi to main ja raha hu. I can serve only in kitchen. I cannot serve in any other department. But after he serves in kitchen, he does not have any, desire to get glory somewhere, right? Like sometimes we do distribute books, but then in the end, we wait for the announcement. When the announcement is going to happen. Kanai Krishna Das, 200 Mahavir. Then when you hear, then you feel like this is the fruit of my service. So, sometimes we want subtle fruits. We may not want the gross fruits. Subtle fruits is puja, labh, pratishtha. Name, fame, glory, same sad story. And name, fame, glory we may want, which is not good. We want to do service actually completely with a selfless attitude. So, what is this Nishkam Karma Yogi? He is not attached to the fruits of action. But if you ask him to do something which is not there in his Varna and Ashrama, will he do it? He will not do it. He will be attached to his Varna and Ashrama only, certain duty. Like I gave you example of that person who is coming in kitchen and cooking. So such a person, if you ask him to do some other service, he doesn't want to do. That's called a Nishkam Karma Yogi. A Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yogi. I'm going to teach you yoga ladder. So that time I will explain this very detailed. What are the various yogas and which one is what. So the point is this, that, okay, get settled. Yeah, Hari Bol. Okay. So you can see that more than, higher than Karma Kand is the inspiration to work by Nishkam Karma Yoga. Karma Kand and Nishkam Karma Yoga, if you compare, which one is a higher inspiration you feel? Nishkam. Why you say that Nishkam Karma Yoga is higher inspiration? Anybody wants to tell? Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, the Karma will make more bondage, but the Nishkam for the Lordship, which will help us to get out of this.
Right, very nice. One important point is Karma Kand will bind you. There is a bondage. while Nishkam Karma Yoga will free you from the bondage. Yes. Any other point? Why is Nishkam Karma Yoga being said to be higher than the Karma Kand?
Because he is not attached to his.
Very important. Nishkam, very name suggests, उसमें कोई काम नहीं है, कामना नहीं है, मतलब he is not attached to the fruits of action. So that is Nishkam Karma Yoga. While Karma Kand is attached to fruits of action or not?
Yes.
He is attached that way. So this is one very important difference, like that. And both of them are attached to their own set of duties. This is a common factor to them. Like if a Brahmana is there and he is following Nishkam Karma Yoga, you ask him that आज ब्राह्मण की जगह थोड़ा फाइटिंग करोगे क्या क्षत्रिय? Will he do it? He will never do it. He will only do what is his duty. So this is Nishkam Karma Yoga. So you are seeing that the inspiration to fight Krishna is taking up. The lowest inspiration to fight is Karma Kand. Higher than that is Nishkam Karma Yoga. Nishkam Karma Yoga. Higher than that. And the highest is what? Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the highest. That is also known as Buddhi Yoga. So that is what is the section that is coming now. Krishna is taking that inspiration to fight even higher. See, that jnana is there, no? That jnana is more like understanding, fundamental understanding. Okay. Hare Krishna. Jnana, which is a fundamental understanding, it is part of the Nishkam Karma Yoga's understanding also. So that section you see as fundamental knowledge. It is not so much a path by which one fights. That jnana is just a fundamental understanding. Yoga ladder, I will explain. Literally speaking, the path of jnana, no? In path of jnana, there is no fighting. See, two paths are paths of karma sannyas. Karma sannyas means there the person does not act in varnashrama. Which are those two paths? One is the path of jnana, another is the path of yoga. In these two paths, there is no fighting. You cannot fight by these paths. So if you cannot fight by these two paths, is Krishna going to recommend these paths in Gita? He will not recommend. That's why in Gita's understanding, Krishna is not recommending Arjuna to follow jnana path or follow yoga path also. He does not recommend. He recommends Arjuna three paths. Which are those three paths? He recommends. See, it has to be the path which inspires you to fight. So what are the three paths that inspire you to fight? Karma Kand, Nishkam Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. See, if you understand this concept now, then you have understood Gita very nicely. See, what is happening? Just a minute. See, understand this. There is Karma Kand. You people, you can read Devanagari, right?
Yes.
Okay. Karma Kand. There is Karma Kand. Then there is no, I can't write. Maybe Prabhu, it should be okay. I think I should Should be able to write like this also. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but this. Usually anywhere I go set up, na, they will have a very large table which will allow the laptop, mouse, the writing pad, like that. So if we can try to arrange that way, that would be best setup. So then I can draw something and everything like that. I don't know. See, this is an important concept, so that's why I am explaining. Karma kand, then there is Nishkam karma. No, Prabhu, let it be. Yeah, let it be. Bhakti yoga. See, these are the three paths to fight. Okay. And there are two paths which are not to fight. Jnana yoga, Ashtanga yoga. So you see, the paths which are to fight are Karma Kand, Nishkam Karma Yoga, or Nishkam Karma, you can add yoga also, Bhakti Yoga, and the paths to not fight are Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. So what Krishna does is, in Bhagavad Gita, because he wants Arjuna to fight, so he gives Arjuna inspiration to fight on these various platforms. So he is giving Arjuna inspiration to fight on the Karma Kand platform, meaning what? Fight for gaining the kingdom, fight for enjoying the great kingdom, fight for going to heaven. Ye sara talk out of these paths, which one is that path? Karma Kand. Karma Kand is that path. In the path of Karma Kand, you talk about the fruits, material fruits, this way. So that's why it is Karma Kand. And where did Krishna explain this in this chapter? 2.31 to 37. You have to remember this section. Then you can remember Gita nicely. Then he takes Krishna to a little bit higher inspiration than Karma Kand, which is Nishkam Karma Yoga. So this one is described in 2.47 to 53. Nishkam Karma Yoga. So this is also one inspiration to fight. Why should I fight? You should fight because you should be just attached to your duty. Don't be attached to fruits. Karbanne vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu ma te sangostva karman. This is actually Nishkam Karma Yoga. It is being spoken. And then Krishna gives Arjuna highest inspiration to fight. That is what? Bhakti Yoga. So in this chapter, this Bhakti Yoga is mentioned in 2.40 to 2.46. Neha bhikramana shosti pratyavayo na vidyate svalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So you can see that Krishna is giving Arjuna three different inspirations to fight. What is the highest inspiration to fight? This Bhakti Yoga. And that's why Krishna in first 6 chapters he explains Nishkam Karma Yoga primarily. He explains other things also. But especially first 6 chapters, first 6 chapters. It explains what? It is basically Nishkam Karma Yoga. Primarily, although other topics are also there. And the middle 6 are Bhakti Yoga. And then the last 6 are They are Jnana Yoga, but in that especially the 18th is actually conclusion. 18th is not Jnana Yoga exactly, it is conclusion. And in 18th comes that famous verse 18.66. What is that? Sarva dharman parityajya mamaikam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchah. So that is what? That is Bhakti Yoga or Jnana Yoga?
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga. It is clearly Bhakti Yoga. Sarva dharman parityajya. So you see, Krishna is explaining various inspirations, but finally he is ending with what is the greatest inspiration to fight? Bhakti Yoga. That's the greatest inspiration. So especially in this first section, now first 6 chapters, Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to act on which level, you know? This level. Nishkam Karma Yoga. Ye mainly he is speaking in first 6 chapters. Fight. Fight, he will say again and again. Don't think about fruits of activity. Just fight. Fight to set the example. This is all Nishkam Karma Yoga that he is speaking primarily. Now, Nishkam Karma Yoga is being spoken, but little bit Bhakti Yoga is also spoken, like we spoke about some sections like this, like 2.40 to 46 Bhakti Yoga is spoken. Or there is another verse 2.61, there also Bhakti Yoga is spoken. Then similarly in 3rd, 4th chapter also Bhakti Yoga is spoken in bits and pieces. But primary topic in first 6 chapters is what? Nishkam Karma Yoga. So 7 to 12 they take the primary topic as Bhakti Yoga, the middle ones. So this is the middle topic and this is the central topic. This is the most important, that Arjuna should fight on the platform of Bhakti Yoga. Why should Arjuna fight? Because Krishna wants it. So if for a devotee, if Lord wants it, that's it, right? If Lord wants it, we want to do it. So that's the best inspiration to fight. Like if we say to a devotee, distribute books. Why? If you distribute books, then they will do wah-wah of your name. Jai Jaikar, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He will say, okay. Another person came and said, hey, distribute books. Why? Why should I distribute? See, you should do it as a duty. It's your duty. You came to Prabhupada's movement, so it's your duty. So, duty, what fruit I get? No, nothing you should desire. You should just do the duty. This is another. And third person comes and says, hey, you should distribute books. Why? Why should I distribute? Because this is Prabhupada's desire. This is Krishna's desire. And if you do it, they will be very pleased. So which one do you think is the best inspiration to distribute books? The last one. So you see, this is Karmakand inspiration, Nishkam Karma Yoga inspiration, and final one is Bhakti Yoga inspiration. So Krishna is finally inspiring Arjuna to act on Bhakti Yoga. But this acting on Bhakti Yoga, Krishna does primarily in where? In these middle 6 chapters. But Prabhupada, because Prabhupada worries that the fellow reader of Bhagavad Gita, whether he will read the middle section or not, so although Krishna is doing that Bhakti Yoga's inspiration in middle 6 chapters, Prabhupada starts it from 2nd chapter only. So I am explaining you a strategy of Prabhupada here. Krishna in 3rd chapter is speaking Nishkam Karma Yoga. Prabhupada speaks Bhakti Yoga. Krishna in 4th, 5th chapter is speaking Nishkam Karma Yoga. Prabhupada speaks Bhakti Yoga. 6th chapter Ashtanga Yoga. Prabhupada speaks Bhakti Yoga. Because his purpose is that ये सब अष्टांग योगा वगैरह करके कुछ होने वाला है नहीं इसका. So he should become a devotee. So why to wait so much like Krishna in the end? I mean, he could have stuck to message of Krishna and section of Krishna, but he is like so overwhelmingly compassionate that he cannot wait. So right in 3rd chapter, 2nd chapter only he starts saying, this is Bhakti Yoga, so you should do Bhakti Yoga. Even the verses that are there for Nishkam Karma Yoga, he translates as Bhakti Yoga only. ये तो amazing है. So this became a sensational point for some scholars. They said, "Arey, ye kya hai? Prabhupada ji everywhere he is writing Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Krishna is saying Ashtanga Yoga. Prabhupada says Ashtanga Yoga is impractical, so you should do Bhakti Yoga." He's like that. So you understand why is Prabhupada doing that? Because he knows the practicality of this age. What is practical in this age, he knows. See, you try to do Ashtanga Yoga in this age, people's mind and senses are so disturbed. They sit for dhyana and they are reminded of the loan and EMI of the loan, and he is frustrated with that. Or somebody else, the students or anyone who is practicing dhyana, so he is remembering, kal ka paper khatarnak tha. It was not a good paper. Pata nahi kya hone wala hai apna halat. So you see these paths like Ashtanga Yoga and all are very difficult. Prabhupada used to tell the example of a monkey. Ek bar one boy went to Sadhu Maharaj and he said that, "Hey, you sadhus are all fraud." So he said, why you say so? He said, "You talk about mind control and all. Is that it? It is so difficult. Mind control is not difficult. Like I can control my mind." The young boy is saying. So Sadhu said, "You can control your mind." "Yes, perfect, no problem. What you are making big things? Do meditation, do dhyanam. We don't need. We can, if I want, I can control my mind." So Sadhu said, "It's fine. So do one thing," he said, "next 10 days, don't think about red monkey." He said, Sadhu said, "Try this. Don't think about red monkey." Boy said, "What's big deal? Not think of red monkey. No, what is so difficult? Thinking of red monkey may be difficult, but not think." Sadhu said, "Try it." So then he went home and he said, "Why was Sadhu telling not to think of red monkey? Something must be there in red monkey. Why red monkey only? Why not black monkey? I think Sadhu has something to got do with red monkey. If I think about red monkey, probably I am going to get benefited. That's why Sadhu is saying red monkey." So whole day he is thinking nothing but red monkey. Red monkey, red monkey, red monkey, red monkey. Nothing but red monkey all day. So he thought, "Arey, what I am doing? Sadhu said, don't think of red monkey." So next day also, same thing. Red monkey, he is thinking constantly, kuch to hoga, something. Why he said like this, that don't think of red monkey? So like this, 7 days went. In his life, he never thought of red monkey, but those 7 days, he only thought of red monkey. So he went back to Sadhu. Sadhu had called him after 7 days. So Sadhu said, "So did you think about red monkey?" Boy said, "In 7 days, I only thought about red monkey, nothing else." So Sadhu said, "My dear boy, when you are not trying to control the mind, no, then you feel like mind is under my control. You try controlling it, and then it shows you it is who is under whose control." So he said, out of agyan, ignorance, you were thinking that mind is under my control. You try controlling, then you will see. So ignorance is bliss. It is said, where ignorance is bliss, it's folly to be wise. Folly means it's a mistake. It's a mistake to be wise. So see, as long as we are ignorant, we feel like, my mind senses, everybody is in control, everything is in control. But you try to control it. So as soon as we start chanting Hare Krishna, and we start trying to hear Hare Krishna, that time you will realize how mind is tough. You try to hear Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one Mahamantra, two Mahamantra, at most two Mahamantra, third Mahamantra, mind, gaya kidhar ho, pata nahi. You bring it back, again it is going. Bring it back, again it is going. Finally you say, "Arey, ja bhai, jidhar jana hai. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram." So mind, like, you can't control. It is not that easy. Only if you try to control, then you realize. Otherwise you don't realize. In chanting and all also, right? After some time we give up struggle literally. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. ये चिपकली क्यों इधर? Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. कितने बार बोला मैंने पेस्ट कंट्रोल, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare. पता नहीं आज बहुत दुख रहा है पाव. Hare Krishna. All different thoughts, Prabhu, and amazingly, as soon as 16 rounds are over, you will never think about those thoughts. They will never come in your mind then. Only in those 16 rounds time they come. So this is a mind strategy. You want to control me? मैं दिखाता हूँ कौन control है. It will never come in your control. I mean, that's why Krishna said, yato yatash nischalati manas chanchilam asthiram tatastato niyam tat atmanneva vasham nayat. It is going, you bring it back. Then again it goes, again bring it back, again goes, again bring it back. It's not that easy. So, that's the nature actually of the mind. So, seeing this nature of the mind, the paths like jnana and yoga are impractical in Kali Yuga. They cannot be practiced. It's very difficult to practice them like that. So, you can imagine in these paths the progress becomes extremely difficult. So that's why jnana and yoga, these paths Krishna is not at all recommending. The other three paths, in that the best path is bhakti yoga. That is what he is actually recommending. So you see, jnana yoga, where is it spoken in Bhagavad Gita? It's spoken in 13th chapter. It's spoken in 13, 14, 16, 17. It's also spoken in little bit in 5th chapter. 5th chapter and all. So there Krishna is just speaking about this path, not to recommend Arjuna to practice it, to give knowledge. See, what is this path? You understand this path also. Krishna is, in Gita, he is teaching the knowledge about various yogas also. This is Jnana Yoga, this is Ashtanga Yoga, so that you can understand yoga ladder. Which one is highest, which one is lowest, which one is middle. So he wants to tell, that's why he is. Same way Ashtanga Yoga also. Krishna is giving the knowledge of Ashtanga Yoga in which chapter? 6th chapter. But is it that for the purpose that Arjuna starts practicing Ashtanga Yoga? When he has to hit arrows, which asana he can do? Padmasana, like that. Swastikasana. You can do any asana. In fact, at the time of death in Kali Yuga, death can come at any moment. वो आसन बैठने तक जान निकल जाएगी उसकी. Right? At least by chanting Hare Krishna, one can say Hare Krishna, तुरंत, like that. But in asanas and all that, so Ashtanga Yoga or Jnana Yoga also, we'll talk about in detail, but I'm just making you understand the scheme of Bhagavad Gita, what is there. Jnana Yoga also. In Jnana Yoga, you have to meditate on Brahman. And that Brahman has no name, no form, no qualities. So you try to meditate on something which does not have any name, no qualities, no color, no form, no smell, nothing. आप बोलोगे है क्या फिर वो? Is there anything like that? So they have to meditate on such a Brahman. It's not easy. Krishna says this path is very tough. Klesho adhiktaraste avyakta sakta chetasam. Like that. So it is not easy path. So this Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, they are not to fight actually. They are to go in forest and practice there. That's why Krishna does not recommend these paths in Bhagavad Gita, because they are not ideal, especially for a Kshatriya like Arjuna, especially for the one who is fighting the battle. It's not a recommended path at all. The recommended paths are Karmakand, Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. In that the best path is Bhakti Yoga, and that's why Krishna dedicates almost 6 chapters on that. Then in the end also he brings Arjuna to the same conclusion. So this fighting, tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Krishna is saying, wherever Krishna is saying, get up and fight. You have to also understand where, on which path of inspiration he is speaking it there? Is it Nishkam Karma Yoga? Is it Karma Kand? Or is it Bhakti Yoga? This way. So, Prabhupada, as I said, that Prabhupada perfectly understands that what is Krishna saying there. But he also understands that what the reader should understand. What the reader should get through this. So that's why he keeps on speaking like that, continuously. Third chapter will come and he will say Krishna consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Krishna consciousness. He doesn't use the word Nishkam Karma Yoga there. Why? First and foremost is because Bhakti Yoga is all inclusive. Bhakti Yoga includes the quality of Nishkam Karma Yoga also. But more importantly, that's the path Krishna wants you to take as a conclusion. So that which Krishna wants you to take as conclusion, Prabhupada says right from beginning I will speak about it. So that your track will be very clear. So when you learn Gita or when you speak to outsiders, they will ask you this question. अरे क्या स्वामी जी थर्ड चैप्टर में भी भक्ति योगा चालू कर दिया? Third chapter is straight away karma yoga. Why is Swamiji talking about bhakti yoga there? So you have to know the mood of the acharya, what he is doing there. Although he perfectly understands it is karma yoga, but he says that this particular aspect of karma yoga, better than that is bhakti yoga. We will see how karma yoga and bhakti yoga differs. All those ideas we will see clearly, don't worry. But the point is, yes, this is how Prabhupada does. So it's an important point. Although he is very clearly aware of all the sections of Bhagavad Gita, there is absolutely no doubt about it. But his mood is becoming a prominent thing. So this is called mood and mission. He has a mood, certain mood, that bhakti should be practiced. So even though discussion is Ashtanga Yoga, he will explain. So these are Shat Chakra Yoga and these are known as Kundalini and all that. But in Kali Yuga it is impracticable, so practice bhakti. Like that he will say. He will come to that conclusion of bhakti. He writes like that only. That is his style only, writing this way. And that's why Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita made whole world into devotees. If he would have just left it as it is, so we don't know, people would have read first chapter and closed Bhagavad Gita, gone away. They would have thought maybe Nishkam Karma Yoga is the highest path or something. Somebody who reads end to end, he may get a conclusion. But if somebody reads just first chapter or second chapter, so that is not how Prabhupada writes. Prabhupada said, if somebody reads my introduction also, that fellow should also understand what is the conclusion of Gita. He said, forget about few pages, even a half a page he reads, he should know that this is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Like that I have written Bhagavad Gita. So that's why we see that it made such an impact also. So many people became devotees by reading Bhagavad Gita. In fact, that Bhakti Yoga is stressed so much. I was telling you, like in my 10th vacation I read the Bhagavad Gita and two things were like so much hammered on the mind that I remembered. Two things. One is Bhakti is the highest path, and second, you have to chant Hare Krishna. That's the path. That's the way to practice Bhakti. Chant Hare Krishna. So you can't miss it, that emphasis continuously, this way. So this is how Prabhupada writes, actions in Krishna consciousness. He will speak always in terms of Krishna consciousness. So now also we are going to study this section now, 2.40 to 46. There Krishna is speaking certainly Bhakti Yoga. So that is why fine. But the next section, which is 2.47 to 53, there what is going to come? Nishkam Karma Yoga. But Prabhupada will speak like Bhakti Yoga only. There also you see, continuously. So this is how this section is there. You can see Arjuna's surrender is there in 2.1 to 10. Then Jnana, which is like fundamental. First of all, understand the identity itself, right? So that is spoken in 11 to 30. We talked about this. Karma Kand was spoken in 31 to 37. Now Krishna is going to speak something called as Buddhi Yoga, which is actually nothing but Bhakti Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is same as Bhakti Yoga. See, Buddhi Yoga actually is of two types. Buddhi Yoga is a broad term. So Buddhi Yoga can cover Bhakti Yoga also, and Buddhi Yoga can under it cover Nishkam Karma Yoga also. Vishwanath Chakravarti बताते हैं कि this Buddhi Yoga term is there, no? Buddhi Yoga. So he says this Buddhi Yoga is actually of two types. One is Nishkam Karma Yoga, another is Bhakti Yoga. Both are known as Buddhi Yoga. Both are known as Buddhi Yoga. Why are they known as Buddhi Yoga? We will see about it. But the main reason is that because these paths are the paths of knowledge of soul. There is understanding. The Buddhi knows this aspect that our true identity is spirit soul. On the path of Bhakti Yoga, do we know, we have this understanding that we are spirit soul or not?
Yes.
It is there. On the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga also, it is there. But on the path of Karma Kand, it is not there. Those they don't cultivate this knowledge of Atma and Paramatma and all that. They don't do that. So that's why, because Buddhi is very strong on this path, Buddhi understands that the real identity is spirit soul. That's why this path is known as Buddhi Yoga. You understand? क्यों बुद्धि योग बोला जा रहा है? कौन बताएगा? बोलिए.
Because of the understanding that we are not body soul.
Correct. So which paths have that understanding? Which paths don't have?
Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga has the Buddhi Yoga.
And what about Karma Kand?
Karma Kand Yoga.
So can we call Karma Kand as Buddhi Yoga?
No.
We cannot. Can we call Nishkam Karma Yoga as Buddhi Yoga?
Yes.
Can we call Bhakti Yoga as Buddhi Yoga?
Yes.
So fine. So let's go ahead now. So you have understood this system. So now we are talking about Buddhi Yoga, especially within that. See, that's why you see the general section, complete section from 38 to 53 has been spoken as Buddhi Yoga. तो लेकिन उसमें दो है part. First part is 38 to 46. That is which part under Buddhi Yoga, Prabhu?
40 to 46.
Yeah, 40 to 46. Which part is that under Buddhi Yoga?
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga, very nice. And then 47 to 53, Nishkam Karma Yoga. And combinedly, they are known as Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is a common term which is there in both the paths. So that's how. All right, let's go ahead. So now, Krishna says, Krishna has spoken already that on the level of Karma Kand. So now Krishna starts Arjuna to speak about a higher path called Buddhi Yoga, where you will not, absolutely not at all be influenced by any papa, any sinful reaction. On the path of Karma Kand, the reactions come or don't come? On the path of reactions?
Yes.
Karma Kand, they do come. They do come. One is in bondage. Even if sometimes one may not get sinful action, sinful reaction, but one will get pious reaction. That is also bondage, right? See, if one is performing some pious activity and by that he is going to heaven, will you call it bondage or not?
Yes.
It is bondage, right? Prabhupada would say, you know, one prisoner is there shackled in golden shackles, another in silver shackles, and third one in iron shackles. All are shackled. So will you say that, "Arey, golden shackle, that fellow is so nice, golden shackle, but shackled finally, you cannot move around that way." Somebody likes gold, he will say, ye bhi acha hai, theek hai. Gold. People are very fond of gold in the material world, right? Everywhere. Hiranyaksha was like that. Everywhere he would see gold. That's why his name was Hiranya Aksha. जिसको सब जगह गोल्ड दिखता है. So he would, he dug out the entire earth so much in the want of gold that earth lost its balance and fell into Garbhodak. Everywhere he was seeing like that. And Hiranyakashipu was even further. He was seeing gold and he was also seeing the beautiful women. Everywhere he was searching for them. So that is Hiranya and Kashipu, like that. So these two brothers are एकदम एक दूसरे जैसे quality है उनकी, like that. So now Krishna is taking the discussion to higher level. You can see he starts speaking about Buddhi Yoga. Here is the greatest inspiration to act with this inspiration. Sukha dukhe samay kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsyasi.
Do thou fight for a snack? The sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never increase sin.
So now Krishna is saying, see, just before he was saying Hatova prapsisi swargam, jitvava bhokshase mahim. If you die, then you get heaven. If you win, then you get kingdom. And he is saying next verse. Just fight for the sake of fighting. Do it as a duty. देखो platform बदल गया ना? He is speaking now. Don't think about results. समय कृत्वा लाभा लाभो जया जो. Labh, whether there is benefit or loss, fight. Whether there is victory or defeat, just fight. Do it for the sake of doing, for the sake of duty. So if you do like this, then naivam papam avapsesi. You will never ever incur any sin. See, even in the path of karma kand, it is possible that you may incur some sin. If some mistake happens there, like in general, if you do this animal sacrifice there, Ashwamedh sacrifice, you don't get a sin in karma kand. But what if you commit a mistake there? फिर तो गए काम से. Then you will get a huge reaction. You cannot commit a mistake there. And the mistake can happen on any front. Instead of saying some mantra, Brahmana had not gotten rest in the night, और वो थोड़ा बोलते if he just felt sleepy or like that, and because of that he made a mistake in mantra. Finished. The whole sacrifice can give a different result. The classic example is the Tvashta. Tvashta performed the sacrifice, 6th canto story. He performed the sacrifice to create a person who will be killer of Indra. But then when he was saying those mantras, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, one particular mantra he said, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, because of that whole meaning changed. He should have just said Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, Shatro. You have seen that, right? They have Udatta Anudatta in Vaidika, like that. Tasmat Virada Jayata Virajo Adhipurusha. So Tasma, then the meaning will change. So here the same thing happened. Indra Shatro, then instead of killer of Indra, it became one who will be killed by Indra. तो आप सोचो कलयुग में क्या क्या होगा. If in Kali Yuga this system of कर्मकांडी यज्ञास is there, पता नहीं क्या क्या प्रोड्यूस होगा उसमें से. Yeah, Kumbhakarna also. Exactly. Yes, true. So you see, in Hare Krishna Mahamantras chanting, all these rules don't apply. Otherwise, you can see the way devotees chant Hare Krishna. We don't know what all things will come, right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Russians, you go, they can't say Krishna. We should say Krishna. Krishna, Shna, Shna. You should say like that. That's the perfect pronunciation. Not Krishna, not Krishna, not Krishna. Certainly not. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like this, if you do 4 hours are fixed for chanting 16 rounds. Right? Devotees will start saying, Prabhuji, 8 mala kiya to chalega kya? So anyway, what I wanted to say is that Vedic mantras, they have this ideology. If you mispronounce, finished. You will get another result. The Pancharitriki mantras or Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Tatrar Pita Niyamitaha Smaranena Kala. They don't have this ideology. That's why even if you mispronounce Hare Krishna Mahamantra, no problem. Not that you should deliberately do it, but suppose you can't do it only. Like Chinese cannot pronounce Refa. Hale, they say. Hale Krishna, Hale Krishna, Hale, like that. Hale Lam, Lam, Hale. They just can't say R. So that's why. So now what you see, if the Chinese fellow whole throughout his life, he is chanting 16 rounds, Hale Lam, can he get love of Godhead or not? He can get love of Godhead still. Because this is the mantra which is not like Vedika mantras which follows that rules of pronunciation and all that. See, there the Bhavagrahi Janardhan doesn't work in Vedika. Tvashta, when he is giving ahuti, he wants to produce killer of Indra only, right? Bhav is what? Killer of Indra. But you can't just have Bhav there. You have to Indra Shatro, Vivardhasva Indra Shatro, Vivardhasva Indra Shatro. Bas, Bhav gaya, khatam. You know, Bhav he is not going to see now. Mispronunciation, disaster. So this is the difference between Pancharatriki mantras and the Vedic mantras. Karmakandi mantras and Bhakti mantras, this is the difference. So in Bhakti, your Krishna sees your bhav. Murkho vadati Vishnaya, Dhiro vadati Vishnave, Ubhayostu samam punyam bhavagrahi janardana. Murkho vadati Vishnaya. जिसको नॉलेज नहीं है मंत्रों का, सो ही हर्ड कृष्णाय नमः, रामाय नमः, माधवाय नमः, यादवाय नमः, विष्णाय नमः. It's not Vishnaya, it should be Vishnave, Vishnave namaha. But he said Vishnaya. That's why, because he's Murkha. But Dhiro, one who knows, he says Vishnave. But amazingly, verse says Ubhayostu samam punyam. But both get the same benefit. Why both get the same benefit? Because our Janardana, because our Krishna is Bhavagrahi. Like that. So you see, this is a great difference between the Vaidika, Karmakandi mantras and this mantra. So here Krishna says, by practicing path of Nishkam Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, Naivam Papam Avapsyasi. You will never ever incur sin by that. Because on the path of Karmakand, there is a great possibility of incurring sin just by a mere mistake. Mere mistake of pronunciation, mere mistake of ingredients. You gave the ghee, but somehow other pata nahi kahan se baal aa gaya ghee mein. Finished. The sacrifice is doomed. So you can imagine what will happen today. Dravya Shuddhi, Sthana Shuddhi, Mantra Shuddhi, Swara Shuddhi, all these criteria are there in Vedic Karmakand sacrifice. It's not a joke to do that. So that's why Krishna says, there is so much possibility of so many sins there, but you follow the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. He says there will not be any possibility of sin. Just do it with a desire to offer everything for the Supreme. not for one's own sake, not for enjoying, then you will never become incurred by the sin. See, Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness, distress, profit, loss, victory, defeat. So this sort of idea is there in the Nishkam Karma Yoga also and in the Bhakti Yoga also. In Bhakti Yoga, are we concerned about victory or defeat, loss or profit? No. When we are doing some service, that service may succeed, it may not succeed also. But we want to still please Krishna. Same way Nishkam Karma Yogi also acts. You may say, what is his inspiration to act? Well, his inspiration to act is, he thinks that I want liberation. I want to realize that I am Atma. So that's why whether I win or I lose, whether there is happiness or distress, I will do my duty. Finally, I am Atma. So I want to realize that I am Atma. So that realization of Atma is his inspiration. What is Bhakta's inspiration? Pleasure of Krishna. What is Karmakandi's inspiration to fight? Pleasure for himself. देखो अभी आपको path समझ रहे हैं. Which path is having what inspiration? You have to understand this very clearly. Each one of them is acting, but the inspiration is completely different. So Krishna wants Arjuna to fight on the lowest inspiration or the highest inspiration? The highest inspiration. But before he speaks that, he is also telling him at the lower level. This, but then he says higher than this is this, higher than this, highest is this. Highest is Sarva Dharman Parityajya. You should fight because I want to fight. I want you to fight. This is the highest. This way. So this is the point. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to reaction, good or bad. Karmakandi person, he may act in goodness, but then still he gets the pious reaction. He will still be bound in the material world. Nishkam Karma Yogi, will he be bound in the material world? No. He gets liberation. Bhakti Yogi, will he be bound in the material world? No. So that's the difference. So Prabhupada writes, you see, he who has completely surrendered himself to activities of Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is taking which meaning of the word Buddhi Yoga? You see, he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone. So this Buddhi Yoga section, Prabhupada is taking what meaning? Is he taking Nishkam Karma Yoga meaning or Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga. Straight away you see Krishna consciousness. Section ही चालू कर दिया उन्होंने Krishna consciousness से. Of course this section is anyway Krishna consciousness that's coming up, but the point is, you see, he is clearly explaining it in terms of Krishna consciousness. So that's what Krishna himself says. He says that, see, I have explained to you now the basic system or identity in the Sankhya Yoga or in the Jnana. Now I will explain to you how a devotee thinks in Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga. That's what he will say now.
Like the Narad Muni example, when his mother left the world, then he went for forest and he able to see the Lord's glimpse.
Correct.
Then Lord again. Then after Lord says you just do them, and after he became an enter.
Perfect.
Prabhuji, first he attached in the live in the forest.
Yeah.
Or after not like that. So first we count in the Nishkam Karma Yoga.
Okay. What was Narad Muni following the process of Nishkam Karma Yoga?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, understand. Yes. So actually Narad Muni, he followed the process of Bhakti Yoga only. But he followed the Bhakti Yoga mixed with the aspect of that yoga, that Ashtanga Yoga. We will now get into all technical details. See, you will have to understand exactly what is the difference between, Bhakti which is mixed by yoga and the process of yoga itself, the Ashtanga Yoga, how they are different. So Narad Muni was following Bhakti process only because you remember, how did he begin the process of Bhakti? Bhakti Vedantas. So serving Bhakti Vedantas is which path? Bhakti Yoga. So it's beginning with Bhakti Yoga only. It is Bhakti Yoga path only. It's just that After he accomplished a certain level of bhakti yoga, then he started meditating on the Paramatma within his heart. So that's actually the process of Ashtanga yoga. So he started meditating on the Supreme Lord within his heart. So that is bhakti yoga only. It is not, you can say, jnana, or it's not some other process. It's just that in bhakti yoga, our focus is a lot on Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. But because he was alone, so he started meditating on his Paramatma feature in the heart. So it is bhakti yoga only, yes. And then once he accomplishes the Lord's purpose, seeing the Lord, and Lord says that now you will not see me again. You will see me only in your next life. So next life we see he gets a transcendental body. And then he is constantly doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, which is the standard process of bhakti. So yes, if you are asking what was he practicing, he was practicing bhakti, but it was mixed with the yoga. That's the path. So Krishna is himself saying now that, see, now I am going to explain to you buddhi yoga. ये नया सेक्शन है भाई, सुनो. एषा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि.
Thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive result. O son of Krita, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of self.
Yes. So thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. What was that analytical study? Sankhya, Krishna is saying. Where did Krishna explain things from analytical angle? Atma Gyan. So he is saying, Esha te bihita Sankhya, meaning till now I explained to you from the angle of Sankhya. What are the verse numbers of Sankhya? 212 to
29.
30 till 30. Entire Atma section. You understand? So that is actually Sankhya. Sankhya basically means what? Sankhya means analytical study. Like Sankhya. So that means a very systematic analytical study. So analytical study was done into section of 2.12 to 2.30. Now he says, Yoge tu buddhi mam shrunu. Now hear about how the yoga process is. So this yoga is actually buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga process now he is going to describe. So between the Sankhya, which is 2.11 to 30, and now which is he speaking, that is buddhi yoga, in between he spoke about other path also. What was that path? ये दोनों के बीच में? Yes, बोलो. Karma yoga or karma kand? Karma kand, yeah. Yes, say karma kand. So he spoke about karma kand, that middle. But the main thrust till now, after he began to speak, was actually the analytical knowledge of Atma. So Krishna is saying, I have spoken to you now about analytical subject matter. Now I will speak to you about buddhi yoga. So what will happen with buddhi yoga? Buddhya yukto yaya partha. You know, if you act along with this buddhi, if you act along with this knowledge of Atma, karma bandham prahasyasi, you will get rid of all karma bandha. You will get rid of all bondage. This way. Was this freedom from bondage possible in karma kand? No. So is this special? It is special. So that's what Krishna is saying. You can see. Prabhupada says, Sankhya means that which describes things in detail. And Sankhya means that philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. Bola gaya hai already? Yes. Now Krishna will speak about yoga or buddhi yoga, which talks about engaging and controlling the senses, engaging in Krishna's service. This way. So Arjuna's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification. But now Krishna is taking the discussion to a very higher level. He says, forget about sense gratification. Now let's talk about fighting without desire for sense gratification at the level of Buddhi Yoga. This way. So this is the topic that is coming over here now. That's all. That's basically the thrust. So Prabhupada here speaks also about this Sankhya. There is one atheistic Kapila also. Kapila was the one who gave the Sankhya philosophy. In which canto of Bhagavatam? Third canto. You are reading Bhagavatam also, some of you? You can read actually. I mean, Bhagavad Gita you are studying deeply through Bhakti Shastri, but you can also read Bhagavatam in the sense that you can at least know the contents, where is what. That much you can read slowly. Systematic study can happen later. But you have to know the sections of Bhagavatam. Like if I ask, where is Vritrasur section mentioned? Yeah, where is churning of milk ocean mentioned? So you have to know these things, where is what mentioned, and this, that much. So that will be useful. So anyway, where are the teachings of Kapila mentioned? Third canto. So Prabhupada here, because that Sankhya word has come, Prabhupada says there is one imposter Kapila, duplicate Kapila. One is original Kapila and another is duplicate Kapila. So he says that the real Kapila is Devahuti Putra Kapila, and he is Supreme Lord himself. He is Lord's incarnation actually. He is. But the other Kapila, he is a Jiva. He was a living entity. And he was the one who gave atheistic philosophy. So that's why that is the philosophy that is studied in Shad Darshanas, the atheistic Kapila's philosophy. Any of you know what are Shad Darshanas? You have heard about Shad Darshan, 6 philosophies. Yes?
Visheshika from Kannada Muni.
Yeah? Nyaya.
Sankhya from Kapila Muni. And Patanjali means the
Yoga.
Mimamsa. And Vedanta.
Very nice. Very nice. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, Vedanta. These are the 6 philosophies. So in that, the Sankhya is there, no? That is theistic or atheistic? It is atheistic in those 6 systems. The theistic Sankhya, Ishvaravadi Sankhya is there in Bhagavatam. But there it is atheistic. So that's why Prabhupada is just addressing that idea here. This way. You see, Arjuna has already accepted Krishna as his spiritual master. Oh, what happened? I clicked that, I think. Just a minute. See here. Yeah. Arjuna has accepted already Krishna as his spiritual master by surrendering unto him. Now Krishna will tell him about the working process in Buddhi Yoga or Karma Yoga. In other words, the practice of devotional service. Straight away. Thus the Buddhi Yoga mentioned in this verse is the devotional service of the Lord. He is going to talk about Buddhi Yoga in terms of devotional service only. This way. One should therefore understand that Buddhi Yoga means to work in Krishna consciousness. Connects to that verse also, very famous, right? Krishna says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam tam yena mamo upayanti te. That I give the Buddhi, I give the Buddhi by which the devotee can come to me. So Buddhi Yoga word does refer to Bhakti, no doubt it refers to Bhakti. But it also refers to Nishkam Karma Yoga. Both these aspects are there. So he explains now from 40 to 46 the aspect of Bhakti Yoga. Neha bhikramana shosti pratyavayo na vidyate svalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Yes.
There is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
So this is a very famous verse. You all know this verse. It's a very popular verse and it glorifies Bhakti Yoga in very extraordinary manner. What does the verse say? Neha bhikramanashosti. Huh? Abhikramanash. That's the word. What does abhikramanash mean? See, means that you started something and you could not finish it. So if you started something and you could not finish it, will you get the result of that? Like imagine in office, you are writing something code or you are trying one project, but you didn't get the final result only. So is the boss going to say, Neha bhikramanashosti? No problem, you tried, so your try itself is glorious. He's not going to say that, right? If you get the result, it's fine. If you don't get the result, again work. Don't go tonight, sit here. You have to complete and go. You must give the results. ऐसा ही रहता है, बराबर है. So, unless and until you complete the process, you can't expect the result in material phenomena. Even on the path of karma kand, it's like that. You are doing some yagya, swaha, swaha, swaha. You almost completed 99%, and 1% थोड़ा सा तुमको खुजली हो गई कुछ, you are not able to complete it. ठीक है ना, 99% हो ही गया है. So you drop that and you leave it finished. It will not give you result now. So Bhakti Yoga is being glorified here, that what happens in Bhakti Yoga is, even if somebody has not completed in Bhakti Yoga, whatever has been completed, that will stay with that person. Like somebody took to Krishna consciousness in this life and he completed only 30% bhakti. He couldn't complete full. What is completion of bhakti 100%? What do you mean by bhakti is 100% completed? Can someone tell? Back home, back to Godhead. Okay. What more? Antinarayan, Smriti. Yeah, but that's fine. That is there right from day one. But when do you say somebody has accomplished 100% bhakti? Krishna Prem. That's the perfect answer. Krishna Prem. If you develop Krishna Prem, you may stay in the material world also, right? Krishna can have you still stay in the material world, but still you have Krishna Prem means 100% bhakti. So suppose in this lifetime we couldn't get Krishna Prem. Yeah, it's possible. Mostly that's what is going to happen, or it depends. So point is, we may not have Krishna Prem, we may have Krishna frame in house, but there may not be Krishna Prem. So we have not completed, suppose. So what happens? The life has ended, body was destroyed. So all the bhakti that we did, will it stay or will it be destroyed? It will stay. This is called as na abhikrama nash. Abhikrama ka nash nahi hota aapka. Whatever you have done, no, that will stay in your, Prabhupada would say, eternal bank account. Which sort of bank account? Eternal bank account. So this works in the process of bhakti. This doesn't work in the material world, right? Like suppose you have earned, huge money and put in some Swiss bank or whatever, some bank, and then you give up body. Next life you come. Pichle janam mein I had put lot of money. Can I withdraw? He will say, no, you can withdraw in next life, not in this life. Because once you die, then it becomes zero. Material things like education, somebody may be a PhD from Cambridge. Next birth, when he takes it, okay, janam se PhD in Cambridge hai kya? Baba black sheep, फिर से शुरू. It starts from there. This is abhikram nash. खत्म हो गया वो. जो whatever was accomplished there, nothing. So it will not stay with you. But bhakti, you completed 30%. Next life you begin from 31st. In that life, you again completed 40%, 70%. In the next life, you begin with 71. Till the time you become 100%. As soon as you become 100%, that's the last life. You are going back home, back to God after that. This way. So this is abhikrama nasha na. Even though bhakti process may not be completed fully, but it will still give whatever has been accomplished, that result will be there with you. This is not with karma kand, this is not with these processes, the other processes. It doesn't work that way, especially in karma kand. It is comparison is being made with the karma kand process. So, if you don't complete a certain yajna, you did everything perfect, like this person, Tvashta, everything you must have done perfectly, right? Dravya Shuddhi, meaning get the best ingredients. Kala Shuddhi means get the best muhurta. Sthana Shuddhi means best place. It's not like you can do yajna anywhere. वो आजकल की तरह नहीं हो. He takes that yajna kunda in a bag और ऐसा हिला के आता है वो priest. किधर करना है यज्ञ? इधर कर दो. इधर चलेगा, ठीक. That's not how yajnas are performed. You have to look for the sthana shuddhi. That sthan has to be perfectly pure. Kala has to be perfectly pure. One place I saw the priest is doing yajna in 12 o'clock in the night. तो बोला क्या हो गया वो? बोला लेट हो गया. लेट हो गया इसलिए 12 o'clock he is doing in Baramati. I saw in one place. ये इतना लेट यज्ञ? यार बोले 9 बजे आना था, वो लेट हो गया सुबह के 9 बजे. So he is doing in the night. So this finished Kala is doomed actually, but then they will do whatever. So in Karmakandi Yajna, if you don't complete the process properly, will you get the result? No. Whatever is done is useless. In fact, pratyavaya means you get the opposite reaction. Because you committed the mistake, because you didn't complete it, now you are going to get reaction also. You will be punished now. That's what it happens. That's called pratyavaya. Pratyavaya means opposite reaction. Like that. Like this person, Tvashta. He performed mistake in chanting, so he should not have got that personality who will kill the Indra. ठीक है ना, ऐसा हो जाता था ठीक है, but ऐसा नहीं हुआ. क्या हुआ? He got a personality who will be killed by Indra. तो punishment हो गई उसको. If he could not have got result, वो बोलता था ठीक है चलो result नहीं मिला, again we will do. But ये तो कुछ और ही हो गया उल्टा. So this is called pratyavaya. You get the opposite reaction. You get even also a reaction actually. And the Yajman gets reaction, the priest gets reaction. If you do a mistake in Karmakandi Yajna, no? It is said that in Karmakandi Yajnas, if you do the mistake, so that mistake becomes Vajra and hits you only. It is said. So it is not that easy. It's a very tough thing. So that's called Pratyavaya. But Bhakti Svalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even if little bit bhakti one performs, it will save one from the greatest type of fear. What is that greatest type of fear?
Be born in lower.
Mahadbhaya, yes, very nice. So Prabhupada says that that means to be born in the lower species, animal species. So if you chant Hare Krishna, if you perform bhakti, one thing is guaranteed in the next life. What is that? The human birth is guaranteed. 100%. There is no going to animal species now. What to speak of somebody who had chanted Hare Krishna, accepted initiation, had chanted for years together without fail, has served the Guru. So such a person, you can see what's in store for him waiting. Krishna will give so much mercy to such a person. If he makes a huge advancement, then such a person is directly born in devotee family. If he makes less advancement, then he is born in a Brahmin family or aristocratic family. Less advancement, more advancement. So these devotee kids who are born to devotee parents, initiated parents, they are all very great souls. I hope they are not listening. They are actually very special people, because you are born to, parents who are initiated. Right from childhood, what you are getting is only Krishna Prasad, nothing else. Even as an infant, he is getting Krishna Prasad only, because parents are eating only Krishna Prasad, nothing else. So that's a very extraordinary jiva. We should take care of such a person actually, being born in such a family. So that's a greatly advanced, you can say, person. And Krishna says in 6th chapter, Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, there he says, if one is not able to make much advancement, then he says that one may be born in a Brahmin family, or one may be born in aristocratic family. There is some issue with Zoom, huh? No, it's issue with the internet.
Not connected. Not connected.
Okay.
Internet is connected to which one? Design. So this one is okay.
Fine.
Yeah, this one is fine.
So this may be the issue then. Why it's taking time? Should I close this and restart?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, bro. 1, 2.
BEC, B capital at 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes, sir. This is the,
Prabhu, DEC
yeah, at 2023.
at. Okay. Now co-host. Jai Technology.
You can share problem.
Yeah. Kanai Adesh has been made into host. You have to make Kanai Krishna Das.
You are already co-host, so I think it's just spending time to Zoom problem, not internet problem. Zoom problem. Zoom. Your internet fine connected.
Yeah, looks like Zoom problem.
Okay, we'll continue. We'll continue.
Yeah, if it works, let's see, no problem. Okay. So in this way, you understand, this is a very important verse which tells about the glory of bhakti process. Even a slight advancement on this path saves one from the slipping down to the animal species, slipping down to the path of repeated birth and death, going through the animal species this way. So bhakti process, that's why, is glorious. We should not be fearful, that's why. Sometimes we may be fearful, what if we are not able to perfect the life?
Volume or 0.
Okay, so that's the point. We see that we should never ever feel like, okay, what if we are not able to complete or perfect the life? No problem. One can try, but if one is not able to perfect the life, Krishna will still arrange a better situation. We will be able to get a situation in which we can continue again the service. Krishna will give such a birth by which we will be But Prabhupada said, as long as possible, as much as possible, finish in one lifetime. Because we don't know the second lifetime, how we will act. Right? Their devotees may come, but then, they may want us to become devotees also. But what will be our response? We don't know. Free will, no? Free will always remains with Jiva, like that. Like devotees were behind me for 1 year, trying to get me in the program. 1 year I was, सबको मैं गंडा रहा था 1 साल. After 1 year, the Mysore Pak did its job, That Prabhu would keep Mysore Pak every week one, big, like this long Mysore Pak for me. And he would say, give to Kuldeep when he comes. And I would be exactly before Prabhu comes, 10 minutes before I will leave the room. He would come in our room to discuss Bhagavad Gita. And then I would come back after 15 minutes after he has gone.
This is in college, right?
This is in college, first year. So like that 1 year I did. But every time he left that Mysore Pak for me. And that I will take. I was so shameless that I was not attending session. But बोलता था Mysore Pak किधर है मेरा? दे दो. People, my partners would say, "Hare, you're such a shameless fellow. You take prasadam, but you don't sit in the session." Yeah, I said prasadam. Nobody should say no. It's offense to say no to prasadam like that. But you see, it is amazing. In second year, I became a devotee, and those guys disappeared. I don't know what happened. Each one, no, they were also getting the Mysore Pak, not me alone. They were also getting. But in the second year, something happened to them. They disappeared. And this Prabhuji, all 1 year he was searching for me. I never came. I could never be caught. But in second year, then directly I shifted to base only. Like that. So Krishna has his own plans, right? Amazing plan. So,
lighter side, yours is not Mysore Pak. Yours is my sure Pak. You are surely going to be
surely.
packed with Krishna.
Okay. My sure pack. Very nice. Haribol. Yeah, so that's how. So how will I use my free will? I don't know. This lifetime, 1 year I was giving devotees tough time. Next lifetime I may give for 20 years also. What I want to say is, we never know how the free will may be utilized. So that's why Prabhupada would say, you have got this one lifetime, just give one lifetime for Krishna and perfect in this life only. You have given so many lifetimes for Maya. Prabhupada would say, just give one life for Krishna and this life, and you will be able to perfect the life this way. So this is the point here. You can see activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. That's not the case with the material plane. No, any work begun on material plane has to be completed. We can't expect that in the material world, isn't it? If it in the cooking, somebody tries like that. Neha vikramana shosti. In the cooking, if the wife says to husband, Prabhuji, it is almost cooked. Just 2% it is remaining. It is almost cooked. Neha vikramana shosti. Like that. Will that work? So the point is, you see, especially when it comes to any activities on the material plane, of course cooking bhoga for Lord is obviously spiritual and we want to do it in the best possible way. But I was just telling the example of anything material on the material plane, we see that you have to complete it. Unless until it is completed, it is not accepted as the complete success. But that's not the bhakti. Permanent bank account. This way. Material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness even after the loss of body. So karma kand or these other paths, no, what happens is somebody may have cultivated a lot of skill in this life, but if he doesn't accomplish it, next life again you have to start from beginning. That's not there on the path of bhakti. Now this quality, does it apply to the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga? Does it apply to the path of Jnana Yoga? Does it apply to the path of Ashtanga Yoga? So on that topic there is some difference of opinion. Some acharyas say that this rule applies to all the paths like Nishkam Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. And some acharyas say it applies primarily to the Bhakti Yoga only, not to the other path. So in general, Ramanujacharya and Baladev Vidyabhushan, they say that Neha Bhikrama Nashosti, this principle applies for any transcendental path. It applies for Nishkam Karma Yoga also, Jnana Yoga also, Ashtanga Yoga also. It applies for all the paths. Okay, this mic, huh? So what happened? Oh, amazing. It is on. Now it's okay? Hare Krishna. क्या है ये? My sound is not coming, but this is coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What is happening? Hare Krishna, Krishna. Now it's okay?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Alright. So material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness. So does Krishna consciousness end with the body? No. Whatever is achieved, it will stay. What is the classic example where we see that how person's bhakti in one life was carried in the next? Gajendra. That's a very good example. What more? Narad Muni, very nice. The classic example, 5th canto. Bharat Maharaj, very great example. Bharat Maharaj, we see that he accomplished his perfection in 3 lifetimes. Bharat Maharaj also. Who else? Anyone else? Prahlad Maharaj also. You know, Prahlad Maharaj's prior lifetimes fasting that happened on Narsimha Chaturdashi day. That's how Prahlad in the next life was born as Prahlad. This is explained in Shri Bhakti Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami, where he tells about Prahlada's prior life. He speaks how in prior life, without knowledge, this personality Prahlad, his name in that lifetime was Vasudeva. And Vasudev, without knowledge, he ended up doing whole day fasting on Narsimha Chaturdashi day. And he didn't know also that it is day. But he somehow happened to be in Lord Narsimha's temple, so he cleaned the temple and there was nothing to eat also. So he, complete day he fasted. So there was complete day fasting, cleaning of the temple that happened on the Narsimha Chaturdashi day. And in next lifetime, he was born as Prahlad. So that aspect is also there, that how that bhakti was carried. Although Prahlad we know is Nitya Siddha also, but there is this aspect of previous lifetimes bhakti coming also. Both the aspects are there. He is a mixed Siddha, Sadhan Siddha as well as Nitya Siddha. It's an interesting concept regarding Prahlad. So anyway, we just wanted the example where we see that the bhakti is carried forward in the next life, and you have given those examples. Yes.
What is the example of the one mouse story now on the?
Yeah.
Just the
Correct. Yeah, I understand. Those are Bhakti Sandarbha's examples. Yeah. So getting the benefit of that particular mouse. See, what happened to that mouse was basically, that mouse was given, Vaikuntha residence in that same lifetime only. In the same lifetime. That mouse was running around, and Lord Vishnu's the diya, ghee lamp, was about to get extinguished. So because of the touch of the mouse, the particular wick, it started burning bright again. So that mouse got such a mercy because of that. That mouse was sent to Vaikuntha. You may say, "Hum log kyun nahi hai aise mouse?" Right? So these are examples of some extraordinary mercy through that act of devotion. It can happen like that. It need not happen with everyone. That's the point of those. It is called as Arop Siddha, this particular thing. So anyway, that's a different concept. But yeah, point is this, that yes, bhakti's benefit, it goes with the, it stays with the body. Even if body is given up, we see that those benefits continue. So that's why we have to be greatly hopeful in bhakti, because actually bhakti's path is glorious. Sometimes we see some devotees, they give up their body in sometimes even in ghastly accidents or like that. So remember, a devotee may give up body in any way, but Krishna remembers the service that he has done. So we should never think like, "Arey, how this devotee died like that." For a devotee, how the devotee dies doesn't matter only. It matters how he has lived the life. That's what matters. If he has lived the life of Krishna consciousness, in whatever way he dies, Krishna will take care that such a person will get the proper destination, right? Like, that Kanchipurna, he asked to Varadaraj that famous question. That what happens to a devotee who has remembered you throughout his life but forgot you at the time of death? Kanchipurna asked this question to Varadaraj. He has remembered you throughout the life, but somehow at the time of death only, he died in such a way that he couldn't remember you. So what did Varadaraj answer? Lord Varadaraj?
He himself will.
He said, "The devotee may not be able to remember me, I will remember him." I will remember him. That's it. Then that's the purpose, right? So Krishna, on the path of bhakti, is extra merciful, and he certainly will bestow the great benefit on a devotee. So that's why path of bhakti is a great path. We'll continue. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kuru nandana bahushakha hyanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Yes.
Those who are on this path are resolved in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Gurus, the
That's there.
intelligence of those who are religious is many branches.
Yeah. So, as far as this path is concerned, the path of bhakti, there is what sort of buddhi in this path? It is said vyavasayatmika buddhi. See, vyavasaya is single-minded determination. On the path of bhakti, you should have what sort of intelligence? Fixed intelligence, resolute, and not looking here, there. Eka. Eka means single-minded. So, on the path of bhakti, our singular purpose is we want to serve Krishna. Not like we want to serve Krishna also, थोड़ा बहुत गणेशा also, a little bit Navratri also. काली जी तो है ही है, थोड़ा अयप्पा भी, आधा कार्तिकेय भी. This is Bahushakha. Krishna eka sharanam. And you serve Krishna, that's it. Yatha tarora mula nishechanena. You serve the root, then the tree is satisfied. Not that we disrespect the demigods, no. We give them great respect, huh? We give them great respect. But if you serve Krishna, then it's not needed then. You don't have to do that, like that. Of course, sometimes somebody may be worshipping devatas not because they think that devatas are as good as Krishna, but because that is the family tradition. So they have to keep that family tradition. Otherwise, Sasji, Sasurji gussa ho jayenge, or maybe the others, they will get angry. So if somebody is doing like that, then it's okay. Then no problem. Because they know Krishna's position. Krishna is supreme. But they have some family obligation, so they are doing it that way. But as such, on path of bhakti, you don't need. If you are worshipping Krishna, that's it. Ekle Ishwar Krishna, Ara Saba Bhritya. Say Nachaye Krishna, Vaise Kare Nritya. They all do Nritya, like how Krishna asks them. So that's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, where the singular focus is on pleasing Shri Shri Radha Krishna and Acharyas and all that, that way. Or also we don't get into different paths like thoda sa karma kand, thoda sa jnana kand. The other paths also little bit. पता नहीं भक्ति फेल हो गई तो थोड़ा सा सेफ साइड इन्वेस्टमेंट करके रखते हैं. कृष्णा ने दगा दे दिया तो गणेश जी भी है फिर. गणपति बाप्पा मोरया. So Maharashtra though is known for Ganapati, like that. So that sort of investment you can do for finance, don't do here in path of bhakti. Krishna is there, Krishna will take care. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Sudrudha Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Kruta Hoye. By practicing Krishna Bhakti, all my purposes will be accomplished. I don't need anything else this way. So as I said, that conviction should be there in a bhakta within. With that conviction, yeah, if some family deity is there, okay, Shivji is there and one is worshipping, that's fine, no problem. That is okay. But the conviction should be there. One should not feel like, if I don't do Kuladevata worship, वो नाराज हो जाएंगे और नाराज हो गए तो फिर कृष्णा भी कुछ कर नहीं पाएंगे. If that sort of thing is there, that is a lack of faith. It is not exactly Shraddha level yet. The person is yet to develop the Shraddha. So one should develop that Shraddha slowly. At least one should come to that level. That's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. So one is completely focused on bhakti. One is not going here, there, here, there. On the path of Karmakand, Bahu Shakha hi Anantascha. It is a many-branched intelligence. One wants this also, that also, that also, that also. Whatever he wants, whoever is giving that benefit, he will run behind that. So, if Ganesha is giving this, Saraswati is giving that, Devi is giving this, anything is fine. Apna matlab, apna kaam ka. Jo, what we want, that's our point. Like that they will say. कोई भी दे दे, politician भी दे दे, अपन उसकी भी करेंगे वर्ष. Right? Like in people in South India and all, there are temples of Rajnikant, I heard. Right? There is one Rajnikant temple there and Rajkumar temple and all. So sometimes you see people can worship anyone and everyone. These are film stars. As
they do Abhishek also.
Like that. Or there is one Visa Balaji. You have heard of Visa Balaji? Visa Ganesh. Visa Balaji, you know. I was not getting US visa. So one fellow was saying, Prabhuji, Visa Ganesh. No, I said, we have Visa Kunj Bihari. That's fine. We don't want Visa Ganesh. Kunj Bihari is there, right? Kunj Bihari or Radha Madhav, whatever. They will do whatever they want. We don't have to go to Visa Ganesh and all this way. So this is Bahushakha. You understand? So many things where one is wanting this also, that also, that also, that also. So that famous prayer I sometimes before also quoted, Sukha Sampatti Gharave, that way. Like it's a famous prayer. It's sung in all South India, North Indian sides. But yeah, it has that materialistic aspect in this. Sukha sampatti gharaave, dukh mite tanka. So these are all actually material benefits. Krishna will give them, no problem. You don't have to ask. Like parents, do we go ask parents, आज खाना देंगे ना मुझे? तो पेरेंट्स बोलेंगे ऑफ कोर्स बेटा देंगे. फिर दोपहर को भी देंगे ना? तो बोलेगा अरे मूर्ख आदमी, दूंगा, दोपहर को भी दूंगा. फिर इवनिंग में मिलेगा ना? तो फिर तो अभी वो मारेगा वो. He will slap. He will say nonsense, you are my child, why you are asking again and again like that. तो बाहर खा के एकदम गाल लाल करके नेक्स्ट सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट मिलेगा ना? अभी तो too much, you know. So like that Krishna will feel, no? If you are asking, ये दे दो, वो मिलेगा ना, ये चाहिए, like that, how Krishna will feel? Are you are my children, why you are asking all these things? They will be taken care. Don't ask this again and again and again and again and again, you know, like that. So like that devotee, he knows that Krishna will protect. Rakshishyati iti vishvasa. I just have to do my duty. So you as a loving child of a loving parent, you just have to be obedient to them and they will give everything. They will give you good clothes, good food, care, love, education, what not they will give you. You may ask 2-3 things, they will give more than that. Isn't it? Loving parents. So similarly, for Krishna, you don't have to ask material benefits and all. Whatever is necessary, he will give. Bahushakha hi anantascha. That's the characteristic of karma kand path. Avyavasayinam buddhayaha. So they are like too much distracted with all these material desires. So we see in karmakandi yagyas, no, in Vedas there are so many sacrifices. If you want to do this sacrifice. If you want this, do this sacrifice. So one after another they are behind only. This, that, they want to accomplish all those goals. That way. As far as bhaktas are concerned, we do only one yagya. What is that? Sankirtana yagya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if there are some events, like there is some house entering, or there is some vivaha, or there is some... So we do yagyas also that time. Like Vastu Shanti yagya may be there. But all these yagyas should be primarily Sankirtan yagya. One may do that yagya, Swaha, Swaha, but then continuously Kirtan should go on. Because in Kali Yuga that is only yagya. Sankirtana yagya is the main thing. Not like Sankirtan yagya is not there, only Swaha, Swaha is going on. Prabhupada's sannyas ceremony was going on and Prabhupada was getting sannyas. So the priest there, he was chanting those mantras. So he used to tell those Sankirtan guys, come karo thoda. And he would say, Swaha, idam Vishnave, idam namama Swaha, you know. So then Prabhupada was sitting. Prabhupada, he would look at Sankirtan guys and say, increase the volume. So from the priest would say, Arey, bola la, thoda kam karo. Prabhupada would say, like that. So the sannyasi, Prabhupada's sannyas guru observed this, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. And he said, I knew on that day that this person will spread the glory of holy name all over the world. Because he said he has such a faith in Sankirtan. A priest idhar se bol raha hai, he is saying, you know, that's the main kirtan, because that's the main yagya, Sankirtan yagya. We see Sankirtan yagya is the main thing. So the path of karmakand is bahushakha, while bhakti is vyavasayatmika. You know, Prabhupada read the purport of this particular verse and Prabhupada felt such a great inspiration to dedicate his life in Krishna's service. You read Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary on this verse. Prabhupada, after reading that, decided that I will dedicate my life to fulfill the Guru's instruction. This is a very famous verse. Prabhupada read its commentary. What is written in the commentary? It is written that Mad Guru Padishtam, whatever is instructed by my Guru, that's my life, that's my soul. My entire life is for that purpose only. Whether I live, whether I die, the instruction of Guru is my life and soul. Like that Vishwanath Chakravarti has written. That is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Being completely focused on Guru, being completely focused on Krishna's instruction. So Prabhupada, he just read this purport of Vishwanath Chakravarti and was so inspired that Prabhupada decided that I will certainly take sannyas and I will preach my Guru's instruction that he has given this way. So that's why you can see he has quoted Shraddha. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. A very nice definition of faith. What does faith mean? Unflinching trust in something sublime. So you see, we talked about that Shraddha definition. The resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness is based on knowledge. What is that knowledge? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudeva is the source of everything. He is the root of all manifested causes. This way. So that's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. He does not mix the bhakti process with any other path. No mixing of any other path. Bhakti bhi kar rahe thoda, and the other path also, lot of karma kand also, little bit. Not like that. Bhakti means bhakti, pure path of bhakti. Service in Krishna consciousness is, however, best practice under the able guidance of a spiritual master. See that Vyavasayatmika, no? Singular focus. So singular focus means on what? Singular focus on Guru's instruction. How Guru wants me to serve in bhakti. That is called Vyavasayatmika. So Guru or Shiksha Guru, how they want me to serve. That's our focus. So we may have come from different paths, different backgrounds to bhakti. Once we come to bhakti, no, our goal should become my Shiksha Guru or my Diksha Guru, what he wants me to do. I will follow that with 100%. I will try to follow that with 100% conviction. That's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. That's called singular focus. Understand? So we may not be up to mark, but at least we should be striving. We should be striving to come to that path. That's the path of bhakti, because otherwise, instead of doing manmana bhakti, we might be doing manmani bhakti. Krishna is asking us to do what bhakti? Manmana. But we may be doing manmani, like that. Or what happens with manmani bhakti? It is mentioned that Dhurt Guru, Lobhi Chela, दोनों का नरक में ठल्लम ठेला. Right. The point is, we have to do bhakti under instruction of Guru, under instruction of superiors. That is Vyavasayatmika. As much as possible, we remain focused on their desire and their goals. Krishna wants us to follow bhakti like that, this way. So that's why Prabhupada is bringing that spiritual master point. And Vishwanath Chakravarti's purport inspired Prabhupada so much. He was considering whether I should follow Bhaktisiddhanta's instruction right now, because he was Grihastha, Prabhupada was Grihastha. So should I follow it right now or should I follow it later? How should I? Guru Maharaj has instructed, but am I qualified? He was considering all that. But when he read this purport, he said, finished. I am going to act on it. This is it. This is Vyavasayatmika. My Guru has instructed, I will do it. And then we see what he accomplished. Such great things. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. So one takes that instruction in that manner, like that. So quite contrary to this is the path of karma kand, and that is spoken in the next two verses. Let's see this. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitah vedavadarata partha nanyadastiti vadinah kamatmanah svargapara janma karma falapradam क्रिया विशेष बहुलाम योगेश्वर्य गतिम प्रति.
Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this.
Yeah. So you see, Bhakti path is being compared to the Karmakand path. Like Neha Bikramana Shusti was also doing that comparison, isn't it? So that is continuing here. Because Buddhi Yoga is comparing it with that prior Karmakand wala, how that Buddhi Yoga is superior. So that's why this discussion is there. So this is Vedavada Ratha, this is Karmakandi section in Veda, which is said to be having flowery words. So Karmakand section in Vedas, it is actually very flowery. It will speak about great benefit of Chandrayan Vrata, great benefit of this Yagya, that Yagya, how there are heavenly delights, how Indra enjoys in the heavenly world. All these things appear to be like very flowery words. So Krishna is saying, Pravadanti avipaschitaha, those who are not very intelligent, no, such people, they go behind these flowery words. They are known as Vedavadarata. And they study only Karmakand section. And they say, Na anyat asti iti vadina. There is nothing but the Karmakand, nothing but Swarga. You perform Yagya, go to the Swarga, enjoy there, then come down, again perform Yagya, go up there, enjoy, come down, again perform Yagya. और कुछ है क्या? नहीं, ना अन्यत अस्ति. This is the only thing. This is the goal of life. Dharma, artha, kama, then again dharma, artha, kama, then again dharma, artha, kama. चलते रहो. This is what they say. ना अन्यत अस्ति, और ये छोड़ के कुछ है ही नहीं वेद में. But is it like this? It's not like that, right? But these people who are attached to that, Kamatmana, Swargapara, they have accepted Swarga as the highest goal. And that's why they want to perform such sacrifices for enjoyment and all. So Krishna says that they are actually avipaschitaha. They are less intelligent people. That way. So Arjuna, you don't become like that. You become the intelligent one. Prabhupada. People in general are not very intelligent. And due to their ignorance, they are mostly attached to fruitive activities recommended in Karmakand portions of the Vedas. As fools are attached to the flowers of poisonous trees without knowing the results of such attractions, right? Sometimes there are these poison ivy, some plants like that. They look very attractive, but if you touch it, oh, finished. Then itching, such itching that you will tear off the skin by itching. It's a poison ivy plant or like that. So they may look very attractive, but they are deadly. Similarly, all these Karmakand portions which talk about sense enjoyment, they may appear like very attractive. See, in Kali Yuga, because we don't hear Karmakand or we don't hear Nishkam Karma Yoga, kuch bhi pata nahi rehta na. So that's why one may feel like, ye kya hai, flowery words and all. Because we don't come from that culture. But those who hear those Karmakand sections and all, you see, they are consumed by it completely. They can't give up actually. Like that. For somebody who is not aware of Shastras only, for him, whatever he has received through Prabhupada, that's the highest. And it is fortunate actually that person is received that particular thing. But sometimes you see this typical Brahmanas who are into Karmakand, it's very tough to get them to practice Bhakti. They are caught up into that field and they feel like we know, don't tell, like that. Like when I was working, there was a person named Mr. Vyas. So Mr. Vyas was a Brahman. And whenever I tried to tell him, don't tell me, we know all these things. He would be like, हम तो बचपन से जानते हैं. We know all these things from childhood. And then saying like this, he would be smoking cigarette. So if you know from childhood, then you follow, no? but no following. Only this, this great illusion that we know everything. Actually, he didn't know also, but just that pride sometimes. So not that we are critiquing a certain section, but we are just critiquing that mentality, the mentality sometimes. So these people who are attached to karmakand, sometimes very difficult to make them devotees. Like in 10th canto Krishna Leela, what is the example of karmakandi priest? Anybody knows?
This Govardhan Puja is before the song.
What the example? I am saying from 10th canto Krishna Leela, what is the example of karmakandi priests who were very tough to become devotees?
This Brahmana's Patni.
The husbands of Brahman Patnis, right? You see that they are doing swaha swaha idam vishnave idam namama, और विष्णु आ गए उधर, विष्णु के सर्वेंट आ गए, तो उनको बोल रहे निकलो इधर से, स्वाहा स्वाहा. तो गोपाल said give us something, तो उन्होंने फिर second time they just saw it, स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा, like बेचारे गोपाल चले गए. See, you are offering the ahuti to Yageshwara and he has come. His servants have come asking, can we get some food? And they're saying, hone do ye yagya pehle, like that way. So then the Gopas like came very sad faced to Krishna. So Krishna said, yeah, I knew. Are you knew? Then why you sent us? No, I wanted to show you. Now you go to their wives. They are great devotees. And then the Gopas went to the wives of the Yagyik Brahmanas, and they were all great devotees of Krishna. As soon as they heard that Krishna wants bhoga, Krishna wants to eat, they put the best, whatever was made for that yagya. And Brahmanas are dekh rahe, swaha, swaha, kidhar ja rahe log? Swaha, swaha. Then the yagya patnis took everything, went to Krishna and just offered everything to Krishna. And Krishna was so satisfied, so pleased with them. Why? Because they were great devotees. They had heard from gopis that would come to Mathura selling the buttermilk and all. They had heard Krishna's pastimes. So by hearing, they had developed love for Krishna. That way. और ये स्वाहा स्वाहा करके रह गए. Later when the Yagyapatnis came back, then these Brahmanas are saying, hi, धिक कुलम, धिक जन्मना, धिक्कार है हमारे कुल पे कि हम लोग यज्ञेश्वर को समझ नहीं पाए. What sort of Brahmanas we are. So then the Yagyapatni said, so Krishna is nearby only, right now also you can go and meet him. Bole nahi baba, Kams marega. So they were fearful of Kamsa, you see. In spite of getting the opportunity by their wives also telling, still they didn't go. This shows that was their mentality. Because of karmakand, they were attached. They just couldn't appreciate Krishna like their wives who are great devotees. This way. So that's how these people are attached to heavenly pleasures, this, that, somarasa, and what to speak of, all this. So for such people, we see that the vyavasayatmika buddhi in bhakti will never come. So Krishna is saying this now. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya prita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate.
In the minds of those who are too attached to seeing enjoyment and material opulences, and who are bewildered by which such things the
resolute determination
for
devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. So those who are attached to bhoga and aishwarya, opulence and the sense enjoyment, we see that in such people whose consciousness is taken by that, can the vyavasayatmika buddhi come? No, that never takes place. So that's why Krishna wants Arjuna to stay away from that path of karmakand. He might have spoken about it in verses 31 to 37, but he is now speaking about buddhi yoga. That's why he is critiquing that path. And when later he will speak fully about Bhakti Yoga, he will critique Nishkam Karma Yoga also. And he will say you should follow Bhakti Yoga. The best is Bhakti Yoga. So you see, here he is critiquing Karma Kand. This way. So that's it. So that's why Arjuna, you become transcendental. The Karma Kand section speaks about subject matters which are in three modes. Sattva, Raja, Gana, Sattva, Raja, Tama. It talks about you become transcendental to that. Practice Bhakti. That's the next verse. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastho Niryoga Kshema Atmavan.
Vedas thus deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties and gain
Or gain.
and be established in the sense.
Yes. So Krishna, he is telling to Arjuna that the Karmakand, see, Traigunya Vishaya, meaning those topics which are in three modes. And Nistraigunya means the transcendental topic. So can you tell me, Traigunya Vishaya refers to which path and Nistraigunya refers to which path? Traigunya Vishaya, Mataji? Karmakand. And Nistraigunya? It refers to what path? Bhakti Yoga, ya Nishkam Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, both. Fine. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that, so that's why Arjuna, don't get caught up into this desires for sense enjoyment or Karmakand aspects, rather become transcendental. So that's how. You see, the Vedas deal with mostly fruitive activities. Fruitive means, you understand? The fruit. The fruit is there. Some material benefit is there. Arjuna, as a student and friend of Lord Krishna, is advised to raise himself to the transcendental position of Vedanta philosophy. Vedanta philosophy means here in Bhakti Vedanta. When the activities for sense gratification, namely the Karmakand chapter, are finished, then the chance for spiritual realization is offered in the form of Upanishads, which are part of different Vedas, as the Bhagavad Gita is part of 5th Veda. So this is the section that Krishna is telling Arjuna, follow the path of Buddhi Yoga, either Nishkam Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, but follow that transcendental path. Don't get caught up into threefold modes. So this he speaks with one example and then switches the topic to Nishkam Karma Yoga. So we'll see this last verse and then we'll continue. Yavanartha udapane sarvatah samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatah. Yes.
All purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them.
Yeah. So previously, in olden times, there would be different wells in a village. One well was where they would take bath. Another well where they would wash clothes. Another well where they would take the drinking water from. So like that there would be different kupas or wells. Imagine if in that village one huge river flows. So all the purposes that you accomplish from wells, can they be done in the river?
Yes.
Everything can be done there. You can wash yourself, you can wash vessels, you can wash buffalo also, you can whatever you want to wash, right? Everything can be accomplished by that huge reservoir of water, like a lake or like a river or like that. So Krishna is giving this example. Similarly, he is saying somebody may be worshipping this demigod for getting this desire, that demigod for that desire. It's like different wells, various wells. But if somebody directly worships Krishna, It's like that huge reservoir. So can it accomplish all the purposes or not?
Yes.
It can accomplish all the purposes. So whatever desires that you have from all these different demigods and all, what can Krishna not fulfill? In fact, even without expressing, he will fulfill. Whatever is needed for a bhakta, Krishna knows it better than us, and he will offer everything. So that's why Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanata, what it means is, if somebody understands actually the purpose of Vedas, what is that? Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo. If one understands that actually the purpose of Vedas is to know Krishna and serve Krishna, so he has accomplished all the purposes that are to be accomplished by various small karma kand sections or like that. You understand? The example is clear?
Yes.
So a flowing river can accomplish all the purposes to be accomplished by small wells. Similarly, who is compared to flowing river?
Krishna.
Who is compared to small wells? The devatas. तो ये वेल से छुटको सा ये कुछ तो मिला. You got this from that well. Third well this much only. Fourth well. Instead of that you take the whole reservoir of water. Everything will be there. What can Krishna not give? Krishna can give whatever demigods can give and much more than that. Demigods cannot give love of Godhead. Krishna can give that also. Can demigods take you, give you moksha? No, they themselves cannot get. वो कैसे देंगे? तुम्हारे पास तो होना चाहिए पहले. Right? They live for a certain time. Indra lives for one manvantara. Then Indra is also finished. So how can he give you eternal life? So that's why Krishna can give you actually whatever the devatas can give and beyond that also. He can accept you back home, back to Godhead in his own abode. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, forget about that karmakand section and you follow buddhi yoga, you worship me in love and devotion, and for my pleasure you fight. That's the best thing. The purpose of studying the Vedas is to what? Is to know Lord Krishna. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva ved. So this is the point. We see that it is not possible for the common man in this age to follow the rules and regulations of Vedic rituals. Nor is it possible to study all Vedanta Upanishads. But best purpose of Vedic culture is served by chanting the holy name as recommended by Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So better than Karma Kand, in fact even better than even Jnana Kand, which is Vedanta philosophy, Krishna says that is Bhakti is the best. Even Vedanta hardly anybody understands today. You do Upanishad Katha, nobody comes. 7 दिन बृहदारण्यक Upanishad pe katha. So that's why what the Mayavadis do, although Upanishads are their books, they should study Upanishads. They say 7 दिन Bhagavad Katha. So what you are doing in Bhagavatam? It is not your book also. Because this Bhagavatam speaks about Lord with qualities. You worship the Lord without qualities. So Prabhupada ek bar bole ki, I am going to put this case on Mayavadis. Why they are doing Bhagavatam Katha? So Bhakt bole, Prabhuji, why? Prabhupada, case? Yeah, bole, that is not their book. That is devotee's book. So I will put a case on them. Prabhupada in Transcendental Anger was saying like that. So you see, that's how Krishna is inspiring Arjuna. Alright? So now Krishna later speaks about Nishkam Karma Yoga, and then finally he speaks about Sthita Pragya. So like Hanumanji's tale, our chapter is going on and on and on. So I hope to complete this tomorrow. We should be able to finish. And then, I have formidable task of 3rd and 4th chapter also. Let's see. Hare Krishna. But I'm sure you are getting the clarity now, very much. How Krishna is taking things ahead that way. Okay.
Important is the clarity you gave in the
Yeah, correct. Yes. But the sessions are also important if they go on increasing. So I agree. But my purpose is Yeah, you learn and you understand that how this is flowing, what is happening here. Krishna is, first he said karma kand, then he's defeating karma kand, he's saying nishkam karma, he's saying, if you understand this, then that's fine. Then Gita you have understood nicely, like that. Okay? Grantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitaya Gaur Premanande. Tomorrow we will complete this chapter, certainly. Hare Krishna. Any question or anything?
I have a question. When you spoke about the story of Red Mother,